Today we're going to take a look at the DJI Phantom 4 Pro. We're going to do a quick unboxing here and then take a look at the drone itself. Alright, so here it is. Now for the big reveal. And here we have it. It comes in its own styrofoam case. It is much heavier duty styrofoam than what you'll normally find in packing stuff, but it's not really like one of those heavy duty cases. So if you're planning to do some heavy duty work, this is probably not the case you're going to want to use. We just have to turn this little tab here and open up, and we'll take a look at the beauty. And there we have it. We've got our user's manual, quick start guide, all that stuff, nicely enclosed in this little plastic pouch here. If we pull the actual drone out from the case, we're gonna pull out the remote controller first. So we have the remote controller right here. I did decide to go with the standard version. There's actually a plus model that comes with its own screen, but I decided I would just go with the normal version that comes with the standard remote controller, because then I can just hook up my phone and have all that footage right there if I want to share it or save it. Here we have it. It is actually quite a bit heavier than I was expecting. I'm used to my DJI Phantom 3 Pro. I'll be making a comparison video in the next couple of days here, so stay tuned for that. It is overall a little bit heavier than I was expecting. You can take a look at all the different sensors on the front and on the back, as well as all the ones on the bottom. We'll also be taking a look at the new improved camera, which is the biggest difference over the Phantom 4. It now shoots 4K at 60 FPS. We got a propeller bag right here. We got our charging brick and cables right here. Take a look at that connection. This, I believe, is the same connection. It's a different battery than the Phantom 4. The Phantom 4 has not quite the same capacity as the Phantom 4 Pro, but the batteries are interchangeable. Then we've got your wall connection cable to the brick. Then looks like we've got a micro USB to normal USB adapter. Maybe for the back of the remote controller. Not exactly sure what purpose this is for. We'll find out soon. And then a standard micro USB to a normal USB cord. I believe this is probably if you want to update the firmware of the drone, but you can also do that through the DJI Go app. There's a nice styrofoam cutout right here if you want to put extra batteries. Those can go in the side right there with this little piece that goes right on top. That's pretty much it for the unboxing of this drone. We've got a little warning label here telling you that the propellers can cut to. It's always a good idea when you first unbox something to once you read all the warnings, take off whatever, like there's ones protecting the sensors. Best to take all those off right away so you don't deal with any issues, especially covering the camera and sensor and stuff. We're also going to take the plastic off the remote controller here so we can start using this guy. If I'm remembering correctly, when I first got my Phantom 3 Pro, there was definitely not all these warning labels like on the mode switch telling you to use the smart mode to be safe. There's definitely not all this safety information stuff on the drone. You'd have to go into the manual if you wanted to learn what all these different things meant. There's so many of these notices here to tell you exactly what to do step by step, which is helpful if you've never done this before, but a little redundant, I guess. The battery here is only partially charged, so we're definitely going to need to charge that before we start upgrading the firmware and all that stuff. That's going to be a separate video. Last thing to pull out when you're doing this initial setup here is this foam piece. That's to protect the gimbal. They're very important that you take this out, or else you could actually screw up the motors there. So nice little warning here to remove before your flight. I think you could probably save this and reuse it, but it's a little redundant when you have this big plastic piece holding onto the camera. You don't really necessarily need this. This was just for the initial shipping. Thank you for watching this quick unboxing here. There's going to be a whole ton of videos comparing this drone to previous drones, setting this guy up, some test flights, some test footage. As I said, it is a 4K 60 camera. We're also going to be testing out like the range. I believe it can go even farther than the drones could go before, and all of the sensors and stuff, all of that coming up very soon. Thank you for watching, and as always, don't forget to keep it pro. I'm just gonna leave you with a little B-roll of the Phantom 4 Pro.